Hello everybody, happy Friday. I'm here with an important message today because I was so compelled last night after watching my favorite TV show, which is Modern Family. If you have not seen Modern Family yet, you are completely missing out. Best show on TV, if you like to laugh, of course. If you're into drama, I don't know what to tell you. But if you like comedy, you like to laugh, you feel good, watch Modern Family. Last night's episode was about one of my favorite topics, and if any of my ex-girlfriends out there are listening, this will probably be a trigger for you because it's a word that I tend to use a lot, or tended in the past to use a lot, which was stories. Stories. Basically, the premise of last night was Mom found a thing on Facebook, and then it spiraled out of control from there with a crazy story that their daughter had gotten pregnant and in Vegas to get married and blah blah blah, all to come to the end where everybody's involved in this big giant story. They all believe the story and they're prepping for how to deal with this story, only to come to find out that none of it is true, and it's all just one little piece of information missing that makes all the difference in the world. So my thing today that I want to get across is stories. Stories. The biggest and most important thing about stories that you must understand is the way your mind works when it's about a story. Your mind, listen, this is very important, your mind does not know the difference between something that's real and something that's made up. It believes both. So whether it's real or it's made up, this little guy in between here can't tell the difference. So whatever you think, it's going to believe. And then once you start to believe that thing, then you start to feel that thing. And then when you start to feel that thing, you start to act on that thing. So it's really important to understand what the story is that you maybe have been telling yourself, and in any future circumstance where something may trigger you to react, to make sure you're not telling yourself a story, that you have all of the facts, that you didn't have somebody say once upon a time and you filled in the rest, that you actually read the entire piece of information and understood everything completely. So I say this in the most important thing because in most relationships out there with technology, Facebook, Twitter, all the social media, so Instagram, text messages, people get snoopy and they'll find one piece of information that could be "I love you," and it could be completely taken out of context, especially if you can't hear the other person's voice. And then that one little thing taken out of context creates this ridiculous story that most of the time is never accurate. So what my suggestion to everybody out there is, going into this weekend, is to make sure you aren't telling yourself a story. Or, put it better, find areas in your life that you're not so happy with and ask yourself, do I have all the details? Is this story that I've created around this particular thing, say my ex-husband is an asshole, and I apply that to all men now, is this story complete? Do you have all the information? Is what you've been telling yourself and believing real? Remember, you can't tell if it's real or perceived. So make sure you're asking yourself these questions. Is it real? Do I have the complete information? Is there a better way to get more information in order to create a story that's more empowering? But to really look back at yourself in areas that you're not happy with and ask yourself, what story have I been telling myself? And can I change the story? Because the answer to that is always yes. You can change it to whatever you want. Alright? The power is within you to change anything you want by changing your story. So, what's your story? What have you been telling yourself? Figure it out. I would love for you to leave a comment below. If you have a story that you're struggling getting over with, you can always reach out to me. I am available for coaching, free 30-minute discovery session. No charge. Just come talk to me and see what we can figure out, and then see if you want to work together. Until then, live and love consciously and make it a great weekend.